Hello and welcome back to another episode of Developer Commentary on BlissScape. So it is currently double XP weekend. As you can see right here, we've got another day and 11 hours left. I didn't do anything last night, but today I wanted to get started. My main goal today is to get all of these level 1s up to a reasonable amount. I don't have a lot of supplies, literally no supplies. You'll see here I have been collecting my caskets because I want to open them up on camera just to see what I get. So let's do that. 815, not good. 2.6, pretty good. Some lower numbers. Come on, give me like a 3 million. I think it goes up to like 3.5. Man, nothing over 3. That's okay. We got 31 mil though, which is exactly what my goal was with Slayer, implementing and doing it. Get some nice starter cash. So yeah, I'm going to run around and get some of these starter skills up. Let's start with mining because I want to do some pure essence, or just some essence. I can't actually, oh, I guess that's in ring crafting. Get pure essence quite yet, but I think I could still use, actually I've got lamps too, I've kind of been saving them. I'm not sure for what yet, but I don't really have any skills up. The only thing I can really use it on is Slayer, and I don't really want to do that. Maybe Dungeoneering. Get a little boost there, but this should all be really fast. I need to actually upgrade my pickaxe, but I'll do an inventory of this, and then go craft them. So yeah, I want to get basically all my skills up because the first part of these skills is always the slowest, and I want to be able to get to the faster methods as quickly as possible. So when double XP weekend is over, I'll still have a fast method of training it. So I'm gonna go for maybe 70 in all my stats. Just to get started. We'll see how long that takes. I want to take as much advantage of this double XP weekend as I can. Man, I have so much to talk about. I don't even know where to start. Just with actually stuff to talk about with the server. So I wanted to come here and buy, not my shop. I wanted to buy, see if there's any dragon hatchets and dragon pickaxes for sale. 10 mil. That's pretty steep. You know what? I'm just gonna buy it though, because I'm lazy. Yes. Oh, I thought it only charged me 10k. I know, I got 10k for the achievement. I was confused. I'm guessing a dragon pickaxe is gonna be more expensive. Yeah, 75 mil. Not gonna do that. Come on, guys, you're overcharging. So with the player on shop, might as well talk about this for a little bit. I had two options. I could make a player-owned shop, or I could make the Grand Exchange. And let's go ahead and add this to my tool belt. I really didn't want a Grand Exchange because, first of all, Grand Exchange is really complicated to add. Not that this wasn't complicated to add, but it's also not used very much. Let's head over to Sears Village here so we can train while we're talking. It's actually not used very much on private servers because so little of it. You don't really know what people are. Can I do oak yet? Congratulations, LOL, that good. Because there's not enough offers in the Grand Exchange. Wow, it's advanced 18 woodcutting levels. Okay, I keep getting sidetracked. There's not enough offers to actually make a Grand Exchange useful, because if you want to buy something, you have no idea what's for sale, no idea how much it costs. There's not enough of an economy to really be able to see that on any private server, no matter how big they are. You really need a RuneScape scale economy to do that. So a player-owned shop is just a much better system. I wanted specifically you to be able to just open up anyone's shop. Oh, I'll take that. And just see everything that they're selling. Go and search for the items you want, and you can see what everyone's selling it for, whether you're getting a good price or a really bad price. And also, you can search the shop to see what other people are selling it for, so you know what you can sell yours for. So that was definitely a system I wanted to have, and that is actually something. Man, I'm getting really lucky with these nests. That's something that I wanted to. Actually, why don't I just light these? I wanted to have on the server before I even knew if I was going to release this server. That was like one of the first things I added, which is why I had to rewrite it a couple times to make it a little bit more usable. But definitely, I looked at one server with a player-owned shop, and I'm like, I needed that. So it's been really good. I wish that more people would put more accurate prices on there, but the problem is when people put accurate prices, they sell out, and then there's only like these really expensive prices on there, which is whatever. It's just the way it works. So while we're going here, I did actually get a few questions already, even though I just uploaded that other video yesterday. So we can go ahead and go through those. So first question. Why are there bosses in the wilderness that drop pretty okay stuff on a heavily PVM and eco-based server? The only people who PK are the kind of people that tell you to go off yourself after they kill you, punishing the PVMers to benefit the PKers. So this is a good question. There's definitely a lot of controversy when it comes to wilderness bosses. But actually, before I added any wilderness bosses, they were actually really highly requested. I think that because old school RuneScape added wilderness bosses, people wanted to see wilderness bosses on here. So I figured, what the heck, we don't really have any PKers, but definitely there's something about wilderness bosses that make it a little bit more scary going into the wilderness, even if there's no PKers, just because of where it is, and that's an atmosphere that I did kind of want to have. And I had some bosses that I wanted to add, so I figured, putting them in the wilderness wouldn't be a bad idea. And yeah, I mean, it does cause some issues with PKers, but honestly, I think it's to the benefit of the server. A little bit of tension. If there was no tension, it could get boring. But as long as we handle the PKers in a fair way, and get the ones out that are really being toxic, like they all end up muted eventually. But it's fun to see the community work together, get a team going for the boss, knowing that it's going to be more dangerous, and I really enjoyed seeing clans get together and do that. And I think that the benefits outweigh the cons, but the next boss that comes out, even though it will be technically a wilderness boss, I'm planning on having it instanced, not in the wilderness. So you're going to have to go through the wilderness I forgot I was going to burn those. I'll do that later. You are going to need to go through the wilderness to get to him, or her. But once you get there, you're safe to kill it without worry about being PK'd. So that's a little compromise there for the next boss. Okay, so next question. I noticed you don't use a lot of things such as enabling left click on all NPCs, hiding rooftops, and keyboard to navigate through chat boxes. Why is that? Okay, so it's like 3 questions in one here. Left click option on all NPCs, that is because I was just lazy and it hadn't come up yet. I've actually, once I went to, I assume you noticed when I went to Abyssal Demons that I didn't have it on. I went and turned it on as soon as I turned off the camera because that was the first NPC that I fought on this account that needed it. All the other ones were either AFK because they aggroed onto me, or I was higher level than them, so I didn't need it. But I went ahead and turned that on now. Hiding rooftops, again, I just really haven't changed any of the settings, so I actually don't mind them being on. If I'm doing a skill where I have to run in and out of buildings, I'll definitely turn it off, but just for the scenery of it, I like to have them on. I kind of like the way it looks. And I usually use the map to walk around anyway, so it's not like a huge deal. Now, not using the function keys to move through the chat boxes, that is to my fault. I never got used to it, but I really wish I did. I don't know, I just never got used to it, so I'm always clicking here, which is one reason I'm not a very good PKer, because I always have to click myself. I should probably get used to it one day, but I haven't yet. Alright, we've got one last question. What made you come up with the Skiller game mode? Because it is what made me stick around for a couple years, and I know it is a big reason some of the Skillers stick around. Also, do you have any form of end goal for this series, such as comping or anything? Okay, so let's tackle the first question first. The Skiller mode. That was actually something that I came out with pretty early in the server. It was after the server was released. but pretty soon after. And really, the only thing that made me came up with it was there were some skillers on the server, and they didn't ask for it or anything. But I thought, I had just come out with Iron Man a little bit before the server was released, and it was a pretty easy game mode to implement. Really, I've had to add stuff to it over time, but in the beginning, it was just you can't pick up other people's items, you can't pick up other people's drops. That was it, and you can't trade. So it's pretty easy to implement, and I figured, after I had a couple skillers accidentally click on an NPC and get, 21 attack because the XP rate is so high, I figured, you know what, I can, also I haven't been paying attention, I could totally move to, like, Willows or something. But yeah, so I was like, why don't I just have a mode to where it completely prevents you from attacking? And that would be really easy to implement. Just if you click on an NPC, say don't, and then you could add a little rank for it. And why aren't I moving? I was stuck in the animation. You can add a rank for it, and then over time, as I added the max cape and the completionist cape, I could add cases in there for detecting if they're a skiller, and then they can get max cape and everything. So it ended up becoming a really robust mode, and it's definitely super enjoyable. A lot of people don't know. Let's go Draenor. Don't know why anyone want to do a skiller. People don't understand it, and I have never really been into doing a skiller account either. But the people that have, they really enjoy it, and I'm actually surprised not more servers have skiller modes. I guess because it's not super used, but it's been super used on my server, so I don't know. Maybe it's just because I have the option and no other account has, or no other server has. But I definitely think that it should be implemented in more servers because it's super easy to implement, and it basically makes a whole new game mode. Hello, this is me slightly in the future now. I actually forgot to answer the second part of that question, so I'll go and answer that now. The question was, what kind of goals do I have for this series, like an end goal, like comping or maxing? I would say I'm taking it day by day right now. My goal right now is really to play and experience the server in the way that I normally would. So it's not like I'm currently going for anything because there's so much to do. There's plenty to go for. I definitely can see us maxing this account pretty easily. That's like one of my favorite things to do is just max it out, which is why I'm kind of going through and getting all my base skills up so that way, even after double XP is over, we still can get them all up pretty easily. After max, I can either see us going for quite a bit of bossing to get some better gear, make some money, stuff like that. We probably will be doing that in between maxing too. Once we get our combat stats up, I'm going to want better armor to get my Slayer up. And I'll definitely want to get the achievements done. So after that, definitely comping. Completionist is, I wouldn't say the end goal for this series, but I'd definitely like to get it. Probably not Comp T, because only playing a few hours a week for these videos, I'm gonna have trouble getting that done anytime soon. But for right now, there's plenty of time to play, and this series is more about connecting than the actual accomplishments of this account. So I want this to be going on for a long time. So no rush, but at least the goal right now is just to get 99 everything. Okay, so with the questions out of the way, I'm going to go ahead. Man, I'm getting all these birds' nests. I'm going to go ahead and just start training a bunch of my skills, get around 70 in all these skills, and then I'll be back. So I'm doing some rune crafting here, and I figure since I have to run all the way, since I'm not a god donator yet, I'm going to go ahead and do some, kill some creatures in the Abyss. Even though I got 50 rune crafting off of just one inventory. Just because I'm going to need to get the pouches eventually, and I got to train my stats up anyway, so may as well do a few kills, see if I can get some pouches, and I'll be back. Oh, and turns out they drop pure essence, so killing two birds with one stone. So I guess I could talk about rune crafting a little bit, because it doesn't work like it does in real RuneScape anymore, and it doesn't work like RuneSpan either. So if you don't know, I absolutely hate RuneSpan. I think it was one of the worst updates that ever came out to RuneScape. And I am a little biased on that because I actually got 99 rune crafting in RuneScape before RuneSpan came out. I did it and I didn't even use ZMI. I used nature runes. I did a little bit of ZMI towards the end, just because I wanted to hurry up and get it over with. Oh, it's the first pouch. But for the most part, I did nature runes because it was the best money at the time. And I made a ton of money. It took a long, long time, but it was really fun and fulfilling. We had a great community. You know, runecrafting was really popular at the time, even though, well, it was popular with the people that did it. It was not popular to a lot of other people. But for the people that did it, we really enjoyed it. You know, we had races going on of who could, you know, do as many as possible. You know, we tried to stack up as many nature runes as we could. At one point, I had over 1 million nature runes in my bank. Which at the time was over like 300 mil, and which at the time 300 mil was a lot of money. But that was a lot of fun. And when RuneSpan came out, it kind of just ruined all of it. You know, it was just too easy. They turned one of the slowest and most prestigious skills in the game into an AFK mess. Like, you just click on a monster and then just don't do anything else. You don't even make runes. You just sit there, do a little animation staring at a monster, and you just get your rune crafting level up, and then you just leave. That's it. There's no benefit to the game. There's no really reason to do it. You're just doing it to get level 99. So it really put a sour taste in my mouth. And you know, I'm not salty because they made the skill faster. I understand that the skill was way too slow for the normal player, and way too tedious. I would have been fine if they added, you know, other methods, but just having a method to where you just click on a monster, it was just, you know, it was sad to me. And honestly, I would have preferred the method that I implemented right here, you know, because it's a little bit faster. It's actually around the same XP rate. Basically, the way it works is, I'm actually dying here. Actually, why don't I do a run? Get out of here, since we haven't gotten another pouch yet. So, in case you haven't seen it yet, I'll go ahead and do it. But basically, the way it works is, and the main reason that I did this on the server was because the small pouch isn't even really worth filling. The reason I did this on the server was because of waypoints, mainly. I don't have waypoints yet, but waypoints made rune crafting pretty tedious because there was no more running, there was no more downtime. Like this downtime right here, I'm not, you know, doing any intense clicking. I'm just running. And the way it was before, hopefully I don't die on the way. With waypoints is you would just, let's put on Protect from Magic. You would teleport, craft, teleport, craft, teleport, craft over and over and over again, and it took a toll. So with this, as you can see, it uses the essence in the pouch automatically. You have this downtime even with waypoints that I think is really important to a skill, even though it's not AFK. You know, there's still quite a bit of teleporting. You get some downtime. So that basically sums it up. Man, I'm really not the best at talking and crafting at the same time. But basically, it does it slower, but you get, like, I think twice at least the XP per essence. So it actually ends up being around the same XP rate, maybe a little slower, and you get double the runes as well. Even though the runes were already increased, they're increased more now. So I think this is a much better system. It's much more relaxed to train, and I actually enjoy training it. And the animation's fun to watch all the essence go down. Alright, so I'm going to keep doing that for a little bit. I'm still going to go back and get some pouches, and hopefully that'll make this a little bit easier. Well, I was just doing some fishing here, and I figured before I start cooking my lobsters, I'm going to go ahead and get the cooking gauntlets. So if you don't know, you can just come talk to Caleb here, bring him 100 lobsters, gives you the gauntlets, and you complete the achievement as well. So I'm going to start cooking sharks soon, so definitely want to do that before I burn too many. Here are my stats so far. I got my hunter up to 80, construction to 60, runecrafting to 58. I've kind of just been running around doing random things. I'm not going to do any agility because, I mean, maybe I'll get up to 85. You don't want to do anything after that on double XP because if you want to get the agile equipment, it takes more than level 99 to train for that anyway, so I'll probably get up to 85 and then stop. So I still want to get some farm runs going. I should actually probably do that now so those stuff can grow. I kind of forgot about that, but I still got to do some fletching, some magic. So I'm going to cook a little bit more. It's a fast skill, so I'm going to get that up to like maybe 90, and then we'll be back. And while we're at it, I did go ahead and mine 100 coal, so that way we can also get the goldsmithing gauntlets, because I've been smithing a little bit, and man, is it slow. So just using like iron and stuff, and I don't really feel like mining anything else, so I'm going to go ahead and get those so I can mine gold, even though I can't mine the concentrated gold yet. Just mining the normal gold rocks will at least get my smithing up a little bit until I can do it to make it a lot easier. I was just mining the normal coal to just get my mining up anyway. It would have been easier if I just waited for the level 77, but I mean, mining is mining. So if you don't know, you have to run up here in the Al-Kharid mine, and he should just be right around there. Talk to Ivan here, and he will give you the goldsmith gauntlets for 100 gold. So I'm going to go ahead and keep mining. Alright, so with this, I have completed my third dungeon of double XP weekend. I did 3 mediums, including this one, which means if I finish up, I get a whopping 5.5 million experience, which actually brings me up to 102 dungeoneering, passing me 99. And it's incredible how much XP medium dungeons give on double XP. It's 2.7 million normally. Alright, so with that, I've got the 99 cape, which is pretty sweet. I actually don't even remember what the 99 cape perk is for dungeoneering. But we're going to go ahead and leave and see how many tokens I have. I wouldn't recommend doing too much dungeoneering on double XP weekend if you still need tokens, but I figured a few large dungeons like that is going to give me a lot of tokens and also get my level up really high, so that way, when I come back, it's going to, I'm going to have much easier to get more tokens. So I've actually almost got 1 million tokens here, but I am actually going to buy the Demon Horn necklace for 175k. I don't know if I can actually use it yet. Yeah, I still need 90 prayer. So let me see. Maybe I can just get one of the cheaper ones. Split Dragon Tooth. All it does is it gives slightly less prayer points for bearing dragon bones, which is fine because I'm usually not bearing dragon bones anyways. But I think I can get this one. Yeah, so we'll use this for now, and then maybe I'll scrap it. I mean, 85k tokens. That's barely a dungeon. So then I'm also going to buy the herbicide just because I want that, and maybe the coal bag. That's going to help getting smithing up if I don't want to do gold. But for now I might just save the rest of these tokens. So, okay, so here are my stats so far. Got my first 99. Actually, we should go to shops and check that out so we can actually buy our skill cape. Makes sense that dungeoneering will be our first 99 since it's so fast at lower levels. There we go. So yeah, here are my stats so far. Actually, I got a lot of these stats up in dungeoneering. Doing dungeoneering inside, on double XP weekends, actually pretty nice for all these low-level stats. So I'm not sure how much more I'll do for double XP weekend, but I'll be back when I get some more progress. I almost forgot one of the main reasons I went back to dungeoneering, the Charming Imp. I hate picking up charms. So now with the Herbicide, the Bone Crusher, and my Charming Imp, I've got everything I need to do to get some Slayer done and to collect all the resources I need to get my other skills up. So that's what I'm going to do now. Alright, I've been doing Slayer for a little bit, and I just ran out of prayer. Hopefully I survive. Yep, there we go. Just got our second 99. Trimmed the skill cape. Figured I'd put that on camera. Head back to the task here. So I'm sure you noticed that the skill cape automatically trimmed, and that's something that I definitely thought about for a little bit before I implemented it, because a lot of servers don't do that. They let you pick whether you want a trim or non-trimmed cape. I went ahead and required it. If you put on a skill cape that's untrimmed and you have more than 199, it'll trim it for you. And the reason I did that is because in Real RuneScape, I like the thought of having untrimmed capes, kind of a rare thing. So, you know, you can strive to get an untrimmed cape, like untrimmed Slayer, untrimmed HP. It kind of makes them special. And if you just pick between the ones you want, it's not really special anymore. So that's the main reason I did that. Anyway, here are my stats so far. I've got up to 93 Slayer. I'm probably going to want to go back to Dungeoneering soon to get a Chaotic. This whip is fine, but it's not doing anything great for me. And, you know, maybe I'll keep going until I get maxed out my combat stats here. I'm just uncontrolled right now, just leveling them all up. I probably won't record every one of these getting to 99, because at this point, you know, who cares? So I'm going to do some Slayer a little bit more. This episode's probably getting long, so I'll probably finish it up pretty soon here, just at the end of Double XP weekend. So yeah, I'll see how far I can get. Alright, so Double XP weekend has ended. Actually ended a few days ago, but I haven't had time to actually play because I've been working on the next update. So here are my stats at the end of Double XP weekend. I maxed out my combat, or at least my melee combat. We're up to 93 range, 80 magic, 97 Slayer, so we'll probably get 99 Slayer next episode. But overall, I'm very happy with the progress that I made this weekend. Like I said, I want to just kind of get all my stats up to a decent level, kind of get the lower levels out of the way on a Double XP weekend, so that when we want to train them in the future, we can do kind of some of the higher level methods. Like, I can do gold now. I can cut any tree I want, and that kind of stuff. Got my dungeoneering up to a good point to where tokens should be fast. That should probably be my next goal after I get 99 Slayer, is just go get a Chaotic. You know, I should only have to do a few more dungeons to do that. But that's all going to take place next episode. So thank you for watching. I'm sure this was a long episode. I haven't even looked at the time yet. But thank you for watching, especially if you've made it this far. Remember to leave your comments and questions to be answered the next episode, and I'll see you guys next time.